everyone, it is Job. Welcome back to the channel. It is another episode of Journal in Java, and hopefully I am speaking loud enough. I feel a little bit nervous, to be honest, but I guess we'll just get started. Today we're creating a 2-page spread in my Midori Traveler's notebook, and I think I'm gonna have a whole bunch of spreads that I've started. That seems like the theme of my journaling right now. I'm just journaling a lot, but I'm starting a whole bunch of spreads and I'm not completing them, which is not a good thing. But I thought we would just create a spread dedicated to my trip to the Vancouver Art Gallery. I went to the art gallery on March 23rd? No, March 23rd hasn't happened yet. I think March 2nd. There you go. So let me just adjust my seat. And as always, I need to introduce what I'm drinking. I'm actually drinking coffee today. This is Timber Train Brazil Roast. So it has flavor notes of, I think, orange, peanut butter, and milk chocolate or something like that. It's really good. And I've been really into coffee again lately because I purchased a new conical burr grinder. So my pour overs have been more consistent and I've been enjoying coffee in general, so it's good to be filming a Journal in Java episode today, and something is happening in the kitchen. I'll be right back. Oh wait, no, we're good. Okay, let me take a sip. Yeah, you can really taste the orange notes. I sound so pretentious, but I've been going to coffee cupping sessions a lot lately. I'll maybe insert some Instagram stories from when I used to go. Coffee cupping is just a way of learning how to, find the flavor notes of different coffees. I don't think I have a pretty good palate. Like, you know how some people are just really good at picking up different tasting notes in wines and in coffees. I don't think I'm that type of person, but I want to develop that skill because it's kind of awesome, actually. And there's the phone. There's a lot of distractions. So I'm just going to stop this and I'll come back. Okay, anyways, before I get even more sidetracked, I think we should just get started. So on March 2nd, I went to the Murakami exhibit at the Vancouver Art Gallery with my friend Catherine. She's actually an art gallery member, and she invited me to come. So the exhibit is called The Octopus Eats Its Own Leg. It was a pretty comprehensive collection of Takeshi Murakami's works, and I've actually seen a lot of his work. Well, not a lot of his work, but I was in Japan in 2015 and I actually saw quite a bit of his works there. It was a pretty extensive collection when I went there too. It was at the Mori Art Museum in Tokyo. I think it was in Omotesando or something like that. No, where was it? Oh, Roppongi Hills, sorry. And yeah, it was a really cool exhibit. I just like his art because it's so colorful and happy. And I was thinking, I don't know if I'm gonna work directly on this paper. I kind of want to because I've been working in different watercolor papers and then just gluing it on here, but I don't like how my Midori is looking so thick lately, so I'm just gonna work directly on here, and I don't have a pencil nearby. That's not okay. Let me just let's grab some pencils over here. These are watercolor pencils, and I might as well just use these so they'll blend in seamlessly into the painting. And I'm creating a 2-page spread, and I just want to draw inspiration with all these flowers that Murakami has. I really like these smiley face flowers. That's what he's known for. Murakami's work has been it's everywhere. It's traveled around the globe. You probably have seen it even though you don't know that he's actually the artist. If you are a fan of Kanye West, the Graduation album art is actually by Takeshi Murakami. And then if you remember the early 2000s, there were why am I speaking so weirdly? There were a few handbags created by Louis Vuitton in that rainbow monogram print. That's also designed by Takeshi Murakami. So his works have been everywhere. You've probably seen it before. You just didn't know that it was Murakami. Okay, I'm making a mess. In terms of today's journal in Java topic, I don't really know what to talk about. My last journal in Java was a fail because I was accidentally like blocking, I think, the speakers or something. So I couldn't even, not my speakers, my microphone. I can't talk and work at the same time. Okay, let me just look at the flowers here. So it's just like a really cute smiley face, and then the leaves are very uniform. So I was thinking just adding a whole bunch of these guys around the spread, and then leaving like a tiny space to actually journal. And I want to use one of these tearaway calendar sheets. So a lot of you corrected me, this is not actually in Dutch, it's in German, so thank you. I feel like a very ignorant person for not knowing what language that was, so thank you for informing me, everyone. That looks close enough. Maybe I should do it a lot lighter, or maybe I'll do the outline in different colors. Oh no, it's way too close. So yeah, in my last video, I turned it into a journal and like a journal with me episode instead of a journal in Java, and everyone has left such kind comments, so thank you for that. I really apologize for not uploading a lot more, but I am on spring break right now, so I will be working on videos and just trying to get creative again. I think maybe one thing we can talk about is just creative rut. I've been feeling a little bit, not creatively burnt out, but I don't know, maybe it's just because there's just been a whole bunch of new things happening in my life, so I'm just a little bit overwhelmed and I don't know how to respond to it, so I haven't been journaling. It's kind of sad. I've been trying to get more creative outside of work, and it's hard, people. I know a lot of people feel the same way, and I know some people just journal on the weekends, but I really miss getting creative every day. So I'm still struggling to deal with that. I realize that I don't have that insert with me right now, but oh wait, I do have the insert with me. This insert, which is the weekly insert, it's a good way to kind of just sit down, relax, and just work on spreads. So you saw me create these two spreads in the last video, but yeah, so this is something that I've been trying to work on daily. It's an ongoing Ooh, that's someone's address. Sorry, I'll probably blur that out. Yeah. Let's keep drawing. I don't know how this is going to turn out, to be honest, because I'm using pencils that are water soluble, so I feel like they're going to bleed and the lines aren't going to be crisp. But if it looks bad, you know what we can do? We can just paint over it and start again. And this is a very loose interpretation of his flowers, because look how uniform those are and look how not uniform mine look. I kind of just want to start painting, so maybe let's do one in between the pages to merge. This is going to be hard to paint. So yeah, I haven't been painting much. I think the best part is acknowledging it, so I've acknowledged that I haven't been getting very creative lately, and that's the first step, I think. So I guess I'll just overlap these. I feel like I should have made them in different sizes. I think that would have added a little bit more variety, but that's all right. We can save that. We can still make smaller ones. Let's use, I don't have that many color choices here. How are we doing for time? It's only been 7 minutes. Awesome. So how is everyone? I feel like I always ask that question. It's always a little bit disappointing because I can never hear anyone talk back to me. But I'm fine. As I've said earlier, I'm on spring break, which is great. I wonder if you're watching this and you're on spring break too. So that'd be pretty cool. If you haven't guessed it, I in fact teach. That's why I'm on spring break. But I know some, actually no, I don't think there are any other jobs that have spring break. But yeah. Have I used this purple? No, I haven't. Okay. I'm just using the pamphlet to, I guess, cover anything that I've drawn because, as you all know, I have very sweaty and gross hands. So that's just a way to prevent the color from picking up and moving around. I think the spread is gonna look very happy. I'm excited. I should have really prepared some talking notes. Oh, maybe I can talk about, well, I've talked about my favorites already. Oh, one thing that I did want to talk about, this was on the topics that I really wanted to cover in a previous video, but I didn't get to. Are you excited about the blue Traveler's Notebook that is being released in the main Traveler's Notebook lineup? That's so amazing and crazy, and I'm really excited. I know there are people who are, I guess people have been expecting it. I'm kind of on the fence right now because I really don't want to add any more like Traveler's Company notebooks to my collection because it's hard to justify having like 1 million Traveler's notebooks. Like, seriously, I don't need any more leather goods, but at the same time, it just looks so nice. I'm not gonna be buying a regular size. I'm still debating if I should get a passport, but you all know why I'm not getting a regular size. I have my blue Pan Am edition, which I'm so happy I still purchased because I really wanted to get one of those limited edition notebooks, and I'm glad I have it in my stash and in my life now. So thank you, Lynn, for doing that, for contacting me and selling me your blue Pan Am edition Traveler's Notebook. But the blue passport looks amazing. But right now, I just want to show you this passport. This passport has not been used at all. So, do I have any sensitive material? Maybe. I've used it a bit. It just, no, I haven't. Let me check January real quick. I did write a few things in it, but I haven't really used it. And I was doing daily journaling in here for a bit. But let me show you. I did 1 week, 2 weeks, and then I stopped. So I only have 2 weeks of January, and I'm a little ashamed of that. I still want to continue daily journaling, but I think the best format for me right now is just using the weekly vertical because it's hard to sit down and write, and I feel like I'm writing and reading a lot already in the daytime because of work. And I don't know, I feel like when I was in Korea, I really was on top of journaling and writing in my journal because all the things that I was experiencing, sorry, I'm like going through different verb tenses. All the things that I'm doing it again. All the things that I was experiencing were so new and so different, and writing just kind of was easy. Not to say that the things that are happening in my life aren't new and exciting. It's just, I guess it's just not as out there and crazy as taking a ferry to my job or getting stuck on an island or missing my last bus and having to sleep at Jimjilbang, which is a spa in Korea. But anyways, I feel like those occurrences happen I guess less in my life now. That sounds weird, but yeah, you know what I mean. I'm not going on crazy adventures as I used to. That makes it sound like I don't do anything in Vancouver, but Vancouver is still fun. I'm still enjoying it. I do wish I could travel more. That's one thing that I miss about Korea. I miss taking day trips to a different city, or like technically I could do that here, but I don't know. It's just being back has been great, but it's also been a struggle in terms of adjusting to that. And I was so used to just traveling every weekend, or even going to a different country for a few days. And here, Canada's huge. I don't get me wrong. I still want to see different parts of Canada. I haven't even been to the East Coast yet, but that's one thing I do want to do more here. How did I get to this topic? I don't even know. And my flowers are becoming even more disjointed. Okay. Good enough. I just want to start painting now. So the color schemes are pretty random, so that's good to know. Let me take my brushes out. And my brushes are... Oops, I just dropped everything. My brushes are in this hand-sewn case by Miss Green. M-Y-S is Miss and then Green. Or is it My Screen? Anyways, I bought this at the Steveston craft fair, where I was actually selling some of my prints for, I think, Christmas time. Yeah, why am I forgetting already? And yeah, this is the nice thing about this pencil case is that it is not waterproof, but it has a waterproof lining. Obviously, it's not fully waterproof because there are seams and water can pass through that, but if you have a slightly damp brush and you're on the go, you can just toss it in there, and yeah, it's not gonna get the bag wet, which is nice. And your other stuff in your backpack or whatever you're using, it's not gonna get it wet. But I've been liking this. I haven't been traveling with my supplies because I just haven't had the need to, and I almost dipped my brush in my coffee, so let me take a little coffee break. I really don't know how this spread's gonna look, but we shall see. Also, a weird thing that's happened in 2018 is my obsession with the color orange. I used to hate the color orange. I thought it was too bright, too garish and happy. And here I am in 2018, loving the color orange. It's crazy. I think it started when I worked on the Ali Brown copycat episode, to be honest, because I just really dove straight into the color orange. I used to never work with it, and then after that I made another spread using it in it. I think I even filmed a journal with me, and I used orange and yellow, and then after that it just kept on growing. And then I really want to rebrand my website, so I used to write blog posts for jobsjournal.org, and I actually moved domains to Squarespace because I just wanted something a little bit easier to manage and an easier way to customize the website or the blog. So I moved to Squarespace. So don't check the website out. I know by saying it, you'll probably go check the link in the description bar, but it's been inactive. But you'll see that that site hasn't really been completed, but I do want to work on it this week or this weekend, and I really want to, I don't know, at least get the website looking a little bit more reasonable. Right now it just looks like a mess. I'm just trying to figure out how to use Squarespace. It's been a few months actually, but oh no, this is not looking very good. Oh well. So yeah, anyways, that's such a tangent from the color orange, but I do want to rebrand, and it sounds so professional, but I want to change my color scheme. If you check the site, actually please don't check the site, but anyways, if you remember looking at the site, I used a lot of gray and baby blue. I think I want to use orange as my main site title or site color because I don't know, I love orange now. I don't know how I feel about this. It looks like I don't know. It looks very childish, but maybe that's the point of this. And why is there a fly? Did I kill it? Nope. Oh, no, I didn't. Never mind. But yeah, I've been liking the color orange. And that was the longest tangent ever. I don't know if I should stick to like one color for each flower, because if you look at the pamphlet, where'd the pamphlet go? Some flowers have a different base color inside, like the actual what's the inside of a flower called? Anyways, that center portion of a flower is a different color, and then sometimes the leaves alternate. I kind of want to go back and fix this with using a black Sharpie or a black pen, but let's move forward. Okay, let me move all this stuff. I think the next flower I want to work on is the pink one. So I'm just mixing colors on the palette. You probably can't see it right now. What is another thing that I do want to talk about? Oh, so I was looking through the internet the other day, as I do. I was browsing, I think, Instagram, or maybe just like random. Oh, was it Pinterest? And I saw this washi winding tool. It winds up your washi, like in a specific way, so you can make washi samples. And I was so tempted to purchase it last night. I do still kind of want to buy it, but maybe not right now, because I just spent a lot of money on coffee supplies, and I'm trying to be more conscious about my spending and in terms of purchasing physical items, because as I've talked before, we really shouldn't be consuming and purchasing a lot of material things, because it's just adding more waste and junk to our lives. And I don't know, I think we all struggle with trying to minimize our junk in our homes, yet at the same time, we also love shopping. Well, maybe I shouldn't say we, I should speak for myself. I do. Like, I love shopping, and I love getting new stationery, and I love the feel of opening new supplies. So yeah, that's one thing that I'm still working on in 2018, but it's hard. I don't know if I've talked about it on this channel, but I'm trying to only shop or purchase one thing per month, like one clothing item per month specifically, or even, yeah, in general, just purchase one thing per month. And that is not going well, because I have Amazon Prime, and it's so easy to purchase like a random knickknack. Like the other day, I bought a beard brush, and I think I've talked about that in my favorites video, or I bought like other random things, and it really just makes you think, like, do I really need this? And I don't know, it's kind of dangerous how Amazon Prime makes it so easy to shop and overshop, because they even have the one button to shop or one button to checkout button, which means that you just press checkout, and then your order is processed. And since they already have your credit card info, it's pretty much seamless. Like, it just happens. And I don't know if that's a good thing, because yeah, as I've said earlier, you tend to overshop. But yeah, I do want to purchase that washi tape winder or washi tape sample maker, so when people order on my Etsy shop, I can send some free washi samples and maybe reduce or make a dent in my washi tape collection. And that's one more thing that I really need to get done. It's almost the end of March, or we're midway through March, and I still haven't posted any physical items on my Etsy store. I feel really bad about that, but that's life. I still want to get stuff up there. But yeah, I thought that having washi tape samples would be really cool to have there. And also for my airmail friends and my airmail buddies, it would be really cool to have washi tape samples ready to add in little mail packages. Okay, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna avoid the eyes, and I'm just gonna put a wash of bright yellow in the center of the face of this flower. I think next time I won't use water soluble paints. Not paints, water soluble pencils or watercolor pencils, because they just keep activating every time you put a brush near it, which is slightly annoying. Okay, let's work on this brown flower. Standing back and looking at it now, I think I do like it actually. But as I was saying, washi sample maker is definitely on my wish list. Also, I think a large part of my absence on social media, specifically Instagram, is just, I don't know, the exploration of different hobbies. So I don't know, it's kind of hard to talk about coffee. Well, it's not hard, but don't really post on my Instagram about my journey in coffee and coffee culture and learning how to make different types of coffee. I predominantly like drip coffee or pour over coffee. At the moment, I am not really getting into espresso. I do love drinking espresso based drinks, but I don't know, that's just a lot right now to start. I've always been, well, I think ever since I visited Japan last summer when I bought my Hario V60, it's like a pour over cone. I've been really into making pour over coffees, and that's just continued recently because of that new grinder that I bought for my coffee beans. If you're interested, I'll leave a link down below just so you know, or if you're interested in what grinder I bought. But anyways, it's hard to convey coffee on, or that hobby on, social media. Well, I guess I could take pictures of my coffee, and I know there are Instagrams. I do follow a few Instagram pages that are dedicated to coffee and stuff, but yeah, I just felt like this was one hobby that I didn't need to broadcast on the internet. And I've also been reading a lot, and that's really good because that was one of my goals. It might not be a book right now. I'm just finishing the Kinfolk Entrepreneur coffee table book. It's something that I bought for myself when I started working my new job, because I don't know, part of me was a little bit sad because part of me kind of wants to pursue like a creative career. I know, or at least a creative like side business, and I still can pursue that. I guess I am right now because I do have a Etsy shop, but I just bought that book as a source of inspiration to keep going and to keep working on Etsy and this YouTube channel, just to keep going and not to let my dreams die because I'm working my day job. Don't get me wrong, I love my day job though. I really love teaching, and surprisingly, I don't know if that's TMI, but I feel like I had teaching anxiety up until recently. I don't know, just the thought of being in a classroom again just really scared me, and just establishing the rapport with students, and I don't know, being stern and strict but also fun and happy, and balancing those two just really got to me. And also just with past experiences, you end up thinking that each class you teach will be a reflection of the past, or it seems like the past is gonna repeat itself, because sometimes it often does, or sometimes it does, but I've just learned to accept that every class is different and each has its own charms, and I should stop bringing that baggage with me. If I had a bad experience with a class, or if I had a particularly difficult experience with a class, I should just let that go and treat each new class that I teach with an open mind and just go for it. Wow, I feel like that was very personal. That's all right though. So yeah, what are things that you're working on for this spring? That sounds so weird. What are you working on right now? Like, right now, I'm working on Etsy, right, and other creative outlets. But I know other people have different things going on in their lives. Like, you might be a fan of journaling, but you're also a gardener. Are you gardening? Leave a comment down below because I'm genuinely interested. And yeah, I would love to learn what you're doing on the weekends or at evenings. The side hustles are very real. Side businesses are always awesome. There's this book called Side Hustle that I really wanted to read, but when I started reading it, I found an ebook. I just didn't really like the topic. It's something that I already knew a lot about. Well, what they were covering in that book was just like the basics, like you should find a hobby that you like and do this and blah blah blah. It was all very intuitive for me, so I stopped reading it. But I don't know, it's nice reading about entrepreneurial stuff. And I am pleased to announce that I am working on a new copycat episode. Finally, I've actually started scripting it. That means it is actually going to be up hopefully this week, fingers crossed. I just need to get over it and just stop overthinking it and just do it. I think especially for copycat, I feel like my copycat videos are slightly better quality videos than my usual journal with music, because it usually has a script that I read from, and I have to rely on research and actually finding video footage of the featured artist and editing that to fit the format. And there's just a whole bunch of things that, I don't know, block me or prevent me from, I don't know, just sitting down and editing a copycat video, because I don't know, sometimes I just think about all the work that I have to do and then I get really lazy or not motivated, because I don't know, I like just being able to edit and film and post a video in the span of a day. So I usually film in the morning or afternoon, edit at night, and then post it pretty late at night, like sometimes midnight. But I like how I could post things and create content all in one day. And with copycat, it's like a multi-day process, because I mean, technically I could sit down and just edit it, but it's a lot of time and effort. So I am just gonna sit down and do it, since technically I have no excuse. It's spring break. But I also said to myself that I'm gonna take this time to also rest, because I too am exhausted because of work. I've been taking a lot of naps ever since daylight savings time kicked in and we all had to move our clocks forward. That really messed me up, to be honest, because my sleep, that 1 hour really changed my sleeping pattern or my sleeping schedule, because I started getting sleepy at 1 a.m. instead of midnight or 11:30. So I would end up being in bed by 12:30 or 1, and then I would wake up at the same time, and I'd feel so groggy, and that was really bad. I'm glad that I'm kind of over it, but I've been sleeping really late again, and I just killed a fly. But yeah, what else are you doing during the springtime? I also need to do some spring cleaning, because my closet is looking a little bit crazy, and I do want to get out all my spring jackets and fold and put my thicker winter jackets away. But I was checking my weather app, and it seems like there's gonna be snow happening soon. I know that sounds ridiculous, but Vancouver is gonna get some late snow apparently, so maybe I shouldn't clean my jackets too quickly. Okay, that was a good sip of coffee. That one looks straight up evil. Like, look at that. Look at that flower. It kind of looks scary. Oh my gosh. Okay. Moving forward. Let's do one with alternating leaves. So I want to do a green and a dark green, an olive green, and a light leaf green. So I'm gonna dip into this color right here. I wish I could have, actually technically I can set up a B camera so you could see a different angle. Maybe I'll work on that for the next video, or maybe the copycat video when I actually film that. Oh no, now that I've talked about copycat, I feel like I really have to do that. But this week is also fun because it is my mother's birthday on Thursday. It's a good friend's birthday tomorrow. Actually, it's Miguel, or A Cup and Pages. It's his birthday tomorrow on March 20th. You might be watching this by then, or this might be posted on March 20th. So let's dedicate this video to him. So yeah, go check Miguel's Instagram page, and he also has a YouTube channel now, so go check that out. I will leave his links in the description bar. Yeah, so there's gonna be a lot of festivities, and then I believe next week is Easter, so lots of things happening. I don't know why I colored in the eyes already. I feel like a third grader created this spread so far. Like, it's not my best work, but it's so relaxing. I feel so relaxed right now. Maybe if I clean it up with like a pen or a marker, it might look better. But right now, I'm absolutely hating this. But I'm just gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going. Also, do you have any music recommendations? Because I have been struggling to find music. I've been listening to the same stuff over and over again. I've been listening to a lot of Korean music because I just miss Korea. So I've been listening to a lot of Korean music. But I do want to listen to some English music again. I really like Daniel Caesar and SZA and that type of sound, like very chill R&B. But at the same time, I love like a good like disco. Yeah, like disco. I just love disco apparently. I don't think there are a lot of people in their 20s who love disco, and that's a shame. But as I was saying, if you have any music recommendations, let me know, because the boy needs to listen to some music. Right now, I do want to listen to some music right now, and it's kind of killing me because I always listen to music while journaling. So when I film these journal and Javas, I'm always so torn if I should just like put earphones on and talk to you all, but that just sounds a little bit weird because, as you all know, when you have earphones on or you're listening to like a song that you love, you end up just wanting to sing the lyrics, and I feel like I'll end up singing the lyrics to you all instead of telling you what's happening on the screen or what I'm doing right now. I am absolutely hating this spread. Okay, let's keep going. They look like evil flowers. This is the only nice one. Like, this one legit will give me nightmares. Okay. It's the journey, not the destination, everyone. I do feel very relaxed right now, so that's a plus. Okay, so we have an orange flower here, but we've already used orange, so maybe we can do like a dark or like a bright red orange. Bright red flower, sorry. I am running out of ideas to talk about. Oh, also, so I don't know if Miguel or Miggy, I'm gonna call him Miggy. You all know him as Miggy, or I call him Miggy, but I know he wants to be called Miguel. But anyways, we No, maybe I'll save it for... No, I'm not going to break the... I don't want to announce it yet. No, let me tease it. So, we both have pretty good microphones. And we want to... Yeah, no, that's a big giveaway already. I'm not even going to continue the sentence. You should be able to deduce what that sentence or statement means. We both have very good very good microphones, and we were toying with the idea to do what, Joe? I'm not gonna say, but we were really on top of working on that said project, and then we just stopped because school and work and everything was just crazy, so we put that on the back burner. But we said that we wanted to work on that soon, so we will. But that's one thing that I did want to talk about, or at least hint at. Oh no, this flower doesn't look very good. Maybe if I outline everything with, like, I don't know. Everything looks bad. Also, I don't think I expressed my excitement about the new Fantastic Beast video, or was it a trailer that was posted on YouTube? So if you don't know, I'm a very big Harry Potter fan, and I was with friends on, was it Tuesday? And unbeknownst to me, I apparently missed the launch of that trailer that came out, so I was a day late, but I was fanboying like crazy because it's so cool that another movie or anything is being released related to Harry Potter, and it's been years since the last book was completed, right? So, I mean, we got Cursed Child, which was, I mean, a lot of people are torn about it. A lot of people in the Harry Potter fandom or community was very disappointed. There were a lot of, like, continuity errors or like rules that were established in the wizarding world in previous books were kind of broken in that book. But anyways, yeah, I'm really excited, and it's cool to see, like, young Grindelwald and Dumbledore, so that's gonna be exciting. And if you're not a Harry Potter fan and that's just all this mumbo jumbo is just going over your head, that's fine too. At this point, I still get shocked when people say that they've never like read or watched anything related to Harry Potter, because I think all my friends, we've all kind of surrounded ourselves, right, in real life friends we've all kind of, like, decided to surround ourselves with people who love Harry Potter, so it's just a very Harry Potter loving community, which I love. But when I meet new people, I'm like, oh, do you like Harry Potter? And then they'd probably say, like, oh, like, I know a little bit about it. I'm like, oh, interesting. Or especially when people say that they've never watched it, it's just like, oh, what? How? Why not? What was your childhood like then? Did you feel a gaping hole that was not being fulfilled by the amazingness that is Harry Potter? No, that's what I have. That's what I say internally, but I would never say that to someone in person. Or would I? Anyways, also, I made my older sister take the Myers-Briggs test, and it was interesting because if you don't know anything about the Myers-Briggs test, it's just like a personality test that classifies you in 4 different categories, I guess. I feel like I'm gonna butcher this. Let me just Google that right now. But basically, it lets you know if you're an introvert or extrovert and other different factors. But if you're interested to find out, I'm actually an INFJ, and apparently that's the rarest personality type. I feel like that's all mumbo jumbo, because I've met so many people with the INFJ like personality type, Like someone will bring it up in conversation, and then someone will be like, I'm an INFJ too, and then I'm like, oh well, it's not that rare then, because I feel like everyone is, but apparently it's supposed to be a rare personality type because you cross the line of introvert and extrovert. And I don't know, it's just Google it, but go check. This is not sponsored, oh my gosh, it's not sponsored at all, but if you go to 16 personalities, if you Google that, there's a handy and easy to understand Myers-Briggs quiz, and I made my sister do that, and she was ENFT or something like that. No, or I was just surprised because she doesn't seem like an extrovert, but she apparently is. A lot of people do think I'm quite extroverted, and I don't know, I would say that I think when I was a lot younger, I was definitely more extroverted, but I would identify as an introvert. But I've noticed that recently, especially when I'm hanging out with friends that I'm really close to, I do get energy from them, and I do feel like very happy after. Like, I do need to take some time to recharge alone, but with certain people and certain groups of friends, I do feel very invigorated and refreshed. Maybe that's just because I feel like I don't get enough like social interaction with people in general. That sounds really sad, but well, I actually like teaching is a very social job. Like, you're always talking and you're always instructing, but it's so different talking to students and talking to your friends or people that are around your age. I've stopped painting that because it is a mess here, so I'm just gonna pick a different color later and then alternate the colors. And I realized that it looks better if you don't paint the mouth, so I should stop doing that. But yeah, Myers-Briggs. So yeah, let me know if you do know what your personality type. Let me know in the comments below. I've told you to do so many things already. I told you to like tell me what your hobbies are, what you're currently planning to do this spring, and I'm also asking you to share your personality type. But I'm genuinely interested, and let me know if you think that your personality type that the Myers-Briggs test has told you that you have actually match what you think your personality is actually right. Because honestly, I feel like people just like personality tests because people love to put labels on themselves. I know people don't like to admit that, but people like to have something that reinforces something they already know. Like, I already knew that I was an introvert and that I am highly emotional and I am very empathetic and I feel for a lot of people. That's what the F stands for in INFJ. It means feeling. And then I think the opposite is T. So you can be a T or an F, and that means thinking. So you're more like rational and you think about what the best way to approach things are based on like hard facts, whereas feelings are based more on your feelings and your emotions. And I'm very much like that. So I don't know, I feel like the Myers-Briggs test kind of just, I don't know, made that more concrete. I don't know, I still love personality tests. Like, if you send me a personality test, I'll end up doing it. It's just like the Hogwarts sorting hat. Like, people just like to know things that they already know. I already know that I'm a Hufflepuff, by the way. I already know that I'm, I don't know, pretty loyal to my friends, and that's like and to family and to people that I've crafted relationships with. Like, that's already something that I know. But I don't know, once you actually do like a test, you realize like, oh, I really am like that. I can't believe this is taking almost 45 minutes to do. This might be the longest episode of Journal in Java, but you always say that you don't mind the long episodes, so I'm really going to test you here. But yeah, we're almost done. I should paint a little bit faster. Okay, it doesn't look that bad. It kind of looks bad. I'm going to refrain from using a Sharpie. Oh, maybe I should. Oh, okay, I will do that. But I need to work on the mess that's happening here. I think we're just gonna put a slight wash of color, put a tearaway date thingy. I always mess up what this is called. This is a tearaway calendar. There you go. Put a little sheet there, add a strip of washi here and here like I always do, and call it a day. But let's just keep going because I don't want you to be sitting here for 2 hours just listening to me talk. Even though some people will say that they don't mind, I do mind because I don't want you to waste your time listening to me. Unless you're journaling or doing something creative while doing this, or you're doing something very productive while doing this, that's great. And I just made a mess. I don't have any tissues. Oh, dab that in. Okay. Anyways, what else have we... I feel like we've talked about a million things. But I am an INFJ. Let me just read that for you. I have my laptop here, so I'm sorry. INFJ personality. Oh wait, I think I emailed it to myself. Let me check. Gmail. Are you someone who has like multiple emails? Because I have like a million email accounts and it kind of drives me crazy. It is very annoying and I can't find it. But I do have a Soul Cycle free class coming up, which kind of just makes me... Oh, never mind. It says that my Soul Cycle is expiring. That's not good. Okay, 16 personalities. Nope. INFJ personality. It is The Advocate on 16personalities.com. Okay, how will I read and paint at the same time? The INFJ personality type is very rare, making up less than 1% of the population, but they nonetheless leave their mark on the world. As diplomats, they have an inborn sense of idealism and morality, but what sets them apart is the accompanying judgment, which is the J trait. And INFJs are not idle dreamers, but people capable of taking concrete steps to realizing their goals and making a lasting positive impact. That makes me sound so much cooler than I really am, which is great. So you kind of get the gist of it. INFJs indeed share a unique combination of traits. It's okay, I can't read and mix paint at the same time. This is ridiculous. Let me just paint. But yeah, it's like, if you don't believe in this stuff, or actually no, this is just like a personality test. There's nothing to really like argue about because it's all for fun. And I know some workplaces actually ask you to take this test to see if you'll mesh well with the group or the established group that's already there at the workplace. I know that sounds very intense, but some people do it. So it's not like, I guess this is kind of backed up by science, is it? I'm pretty sure Myers-Briggs was a important psychologist, or two psychologists, but actually now I'm really interested what the history of this test or classification system is, because I don't know. Honestly, I love this stuff. Like, I'm not really like a super knowledgeable about horoscopes, and I don't really fully like believe in them, but I think they're fun, and I think that they're a great way to, like, I don't know, break the ice if you're meeting new people, or even with your friends. Like, reading horoscopes with friends is always fun, or reading their horoscope and just like, I don't know, I feel like that's such a normal thing to do with friends. One thing that has popped up recently with my group of friends is we've been playing a lot of board games, which is really fun. I don't know why we haven't done this earlier. I grew up in a family that never really played board games, and I am the youngest in my family, and I have a pretty large age gap with my sister. So I feel like I never really got that fun family aspect in terms of playing like games with my family. Like, I remember maybe playing the game of life once or twice. I remember owning that, but it was not really a big part of my family. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm still really close with my family, and we did a lot of family things. Like, we did a lot of things together. We still do a lot of things together, but playing board games is just not one of those things. Maybe it's just because none of us were good at it. But like, I love charades. I know that's not a board game, but I love charades, and I love, like, I don't know, other fun board games. There's this game called Telestrations that we've been playing recently, and that's fun. It's kind of like Telephone and Pictionary combined, and there are a lot of laughs when we play that game. So that's one game we've been playing as friends, and I really enjoy it. Okay, let me take a break. Let me read you what it says on the 16 Personality website. INFJs indeed share a unique combination of traits. Though soft-spoken, they have very strong opinions and will fight tirelessly for an idea they believe in. They are decisive and strong-willed, but they rarely use that energy for personal gain. INFJs will act with creativity, imagination, conviction, and sensitivity, not to create advantage, but to create balance. Egalitarianism and karma are very attractive ideas to INFJs, and they tend to believe that nothing would help the world so much as using love and compassion to soften the hearts of tyrants, which is very me, because when there is a conflict or something that arises, I'm just like, can't we all just be friends? Can't we just hug it out? And it's honestly, like, it's a great trait to have, but it also annoys me so much because I feel like my feelings and emotions get the best of me sometimes, and I don't really think rationally, and yeah, that's something I need to work on. I don't think it's that big of a problem in, like, my professional life, but, like, maybe it might become an issue in the future, especially if I continue in this path or journey that I'm on. But yeah, if there's, like, a conflict, I'm just like, I want to hear everyone's side of things, and I just want to make everyone feel comfortable, and sometimes it's hard because it blocks me from really sharing my thoughts and ideas, especially if there's, like, a meeting. I'm so quiet. I hate that. And then I get to, like, the lunchroom and I'm, like, chatting away, or even just, yeah, I can make small talk, but then when it comes to sharing, like, really big ideas, I get really shy, or if my idea seems to clash with somebody else's, I'm not really willing to speak up unless I'm really comfortable with those people. But I'm working on it. I'm just telling myself that I just need to do it. It's also part of my word of the year, which is yes. Just want to say yes and just go for it. The flower in the middle is still so creepy, but we need to move forward because we're gonna be here forever if we don't. Where's the glue stick? Oh no, and where's my... Okay, wait, I'm just gonna run to the other side of the room. Also, I haven't shown you my new bag. So this is a fossil bag. I did a dedicated Instagram story about it because I was concerned if I should keep it or not, and I've kept it, and it's probably one of the best decisions that I've made because it is a freaking awesome bag. I love it because... Wait, what was I doing? Oh yeah. I love it because it is like leather and it really matches my traveler's notebook. I know that sounds like very cheesy, but it's the truth. And I also like it because the leather quality is amazing. I bought it at Fossil. I think the original price was like $484, almost 500 Canadian dollars. Crazy, but I got it for a steal. It was, I don't know, was it 70 or 80% off or something like that? Or you get 40% off that, and then with another coupon you get 30% off, or wasn't a coupon. I think it was like a double deal thing where you can mix and match different promotions. But anyways, I got it for about 150 or 160. Maybe it was 160 before tax, but really good decision. And a lot of people, I asked a lot of my personal friends, I'll put pictures up on the screen, but I asked a lot of my friends in real life what they thought about it, and a lot of them actually didn't like, well, not a lot of them, but some people thought it was just too like too stiff and too big and too square, which I mean I could see that because it's kind of like a briefcase, but sorry, I feel like I'm making so much noise, but I'm actually trying to look for some paper to complement this. What was I saying? Oh yeah, but I thought that this bag still looked professional, but it was also me because I don't know, there's something very like not cool, that sounds really cringeworthy, but like very effortless to it, which I really liked. And I don't know, it looks like such a quintessential like teacher bag. Like it looks like something a teacher would use or a professor, and that just I love like referencing stuff like that. And I don't know, it's like such a nod to like old school teachers who used to bring like a briefcase. But anyways, whoa. Yeah, I love it. It's a dark brown color. It is buttery smooth. Like the leather is amazing. It's so soft. At first it was a little bit stiff just because the nature of the shape and the bag is just very square like that, but it's been 2 weeks since I've purchased it and there are a ton of scratches, which I love, as you all know, because I hate when things look really new. That's only for leather goods though, but it looked too precious. And then now with all the scuffs, it kind of matches my camel Midori, and it just looks really aged, especially if I'm wearing like all black and a pair of brown boots. Looks amazing. And since I wear a lot more color now, I feel more comfortable owning brown leather items. I was strictly a black on black on black type of guy in terms of clothes, fashion. Like my general aesthetic was all black. You can see my actual mic is all black. Oh no, I've made a grave mistake, everyone. Oh no, it's fine. So I was thinking that plus a post-it and the date. And I went on March 2nd. Actually, I don't need to add a post-it. Or let's do that. Let's do a lighter color of brown. Oh, I'm wasting a lot of this paper. But oh, okay. On the screen, it actually doesn't look that bad, but in person, I kind of hate it, this spread. But we just need to move forward because I don't want you to watch a 2-hour video, as I've emphasized. But anyways, the bag has been great. I've been loving it. I've gotten a few compliments at school, which is nice. And yeah, it does hold a lot, and it is freaking heavy. Like that's one thing that I don't really like about it, because it is extremely, okay, not extremely heavy, but it's not as light as, say, a backpack that's made out of canvas, or another, like a canvas bag. Because I really was struggling I was struggling if I should keep it, because I really wanted a Filson bag or a Superior Labor bag. I feel like a lot of the stationery community is very pro Filson and Superior Labor, just because a lot of journalers have like Superior Labor leather goods and bags, and they are pricey. They are very pricey. I do think that spending money on items to get like a quality bag, a good quality bag is totally like worth it. And I'm not saying that people should spend that much money, but at the moment I really don't feel comfortable spending that much on a bag, because I feel like with that money I can buy more stationery or just save it. And oh, that's my Amazon Prime. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. And how's the audio doing? It is still recording. That's awesome. But yeah, sorry, I took a little break. And that is not in the right, no. Sorry, I was too excited, I unboxed it. It's just a scale. We have a few scales here, but I just don't like them because they have an auto turn off function, and that's really annoying, especially if you're doing a pour over, because time is very important when you're creating drip over, that makes no sense, drip coffee. So yeah, that was one feature that I didn't like about my current scale. And this one has a built-in timer, so I don't have to use my phone when I'm doing my timed pours. That sounds very intense, but honestly, like, I find it really relaxing, and I know some people think it's ridiculous that you're making all this effort to make a good cup of coffee, but it's also like a really good hobby and a way of relaxing myself. I know in the mornings it's gonna be difficult. It has been difficult. Sometimes I'll just use the coffee maker and just create like good old brewed coffee from the Mr. Coffee coffee maker, but I don't know. I think it's a good habit to get used to, because in the mornings the first thing I do is usually check my phone, and that's not the best habit to get into. So maybe this will curb that habit, and then I'll be using my energy in the morning to make coffee instead of just checking social media or just checking my emails right away, because pretty sure that's not healthy for you. But let's just add that washi tape. Oh, I totally did not cut that piece, and this spread's still not done. I really want to work on that, but probably not on camera because this video is freaking long. I don't know why I'm speaking like that. I think the coffee's finally kicking in. I also finished my coffee off screen, and I'll probably be making another cup of coffee because I just want to use the timer and scale and the new carafe that I got. Carafe is just a fancy word for a receptacle that receives coffee from the cone dripper. Anyways, if you're interested in hearing more about coffee and all that jazz, let me know. Maybe I'll film a video about it. But if you want a quick breakdown, just head over to Miguel's channel or Miggy's channel, because he has a dedicated video about his V60 drip process and drip coffee process. My way of doing it might be a little bit different. Our ratios might be a little bit different, but in theory, it's all the same. Oh, this just looks really weird. I don't know. Oh, okay. Washi tape. I'm just gonna run to the other side of the room, and I'm screaming. Let me just get a few washi tapes. I'm getting a pink one and a yellow and green one. I feel like these videos are so casual, and I guess that's how they're supposed to be, but we're almost done. I'm gonna journal off screen because this video has been too long already. Let's do that. There's really not much space to journal. Ooh. And I kind of want to add some life to the white space, or maybe we should just embrace the white space. Now let's embrace the white space and let's just make peace with this spread and move forward. I actually had a blast filming this. I usually am really nervous when I film these journal and Javas because I feel like I'm going to say something extremely rude or extremely stupid. But I don't think that's the case. Well, I still made a fool of myself, but that's just life. So I think we're done. It looks extremely plain. Let's add a few stickers. Okay. I'm just talking about this area. I've already made peace with leaving a few pieces of white space, but there's just something here is just bothering me. Maybe we can just add like a quick sticker or something. I was thinking this very plain circle sticker. I don't know, just to draw on the circles that we have in the spread already and all the circular shapes like the flowers. And maybe a postage stamp beside this. Oh no. Is this a sticker? It is. This is from Zika's shop. I've talked about it in the previous video. But, ooh, I am struggling. So, yeah, I feel like I talked about minimalism in this video. And then the ironic part is an Amazon Prime order came today. Oh my gosh. But I didn't say it was perfect. I'm working on it though. And to be honest, those supplies are just gonna help me with my coffee journey and hobby. And I can always donate the other scales or give it to some of my friends who need it. I'm gonna keep it actually because one is actually for baking. It's not very accurate. And I don't have a carafe or anything to receive my coffee. I usually just use a mug, but sometimes I make a lot of coffee and it doesn't fit in that mug it's like pouring into or dripping into. But oh my gosh, I'm getting into the specifics. I'm just gonna stop it right here before I ramble on. This is the completed spread. Enjoy these close-up shots. I'm just gonna leave it as is, make peace with this spread and move forward. It's not the greatest. Some of the flowers look evil, but what can you do? Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video with all your stationery obsessed friends. I can't believe I killed that outro. That's what it was called. I'll see you all next time. Hopefully it'll be a copycat episode. Bye everyone.